There are a lot of different game genres that I do not like or care for. It's actually a really long list. Puzzle games, battle royale, real-time strategy, life simulators, racing games, fighting games, MMOs, looter shooters, Souls-likes, and roguelikes, just to name a few. But the thing about those games is that I at least understand their appeal, even if they're not for me. And when I was younger and my tastes were different, I actually did like some of those genres back then, but I don't anymore. But there are some genres of game where I'm like, why does anybody play this? Why does anybody like this? It makes absolutely no sense to me. There are a few that definitely fall into that category. One being simulator games that are just everywhere. You have Goat Simulator, Power Wash Simulator, Shower with Your Dad Simulator, which, yes, is a real game on Steam. But those types of games, I never really understood their appeal because the gameplay just is really bad for all those types of games, in my opinion. They just always feel like low effort, low quality experiences that I guess are just supposed to be so bad that they're good for some people. I don't know. It's something that I just never understood and never will. Why these games have popped up everywhere over the past decade and continue to get pumped out and continue to sell well, I don't understand it. I really don't. I also don't get these survival games like DayZ and Rust and Palworld where you have constant server wipes where you lose everything, or if you die, you lose everything. So the hours and hours of progression that you've made just get completely thrown out, and you start all over again, rinse and repeat. It is honestly a very frustrating gameplay experience that, at first the novelty, like, it's really cool and interesting, but when you keep losing all your shit, like, what's the point? I was really into Palworld when I first played it, and then when I lost everything after a server wipe, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. Never playing this game again. Extraction shooters are another one where, in a similar vein, you lose everything when you die. And even in the case of certain games in the genre, like Marathon, they have server wipes every few months where all of your inventory is deleted and you have to start all over again. So it's like, what's the point of playing a game if there is zero sense of progression and you have to continuously start over and over and over and over again? It gets old very fast. And while, yeah, having mechanics like that built into those types of games means the stakes are higher and your adrenaline may be a little higher and it really feels like everything you do matters, but ultimately it doesn't because there's zero progression. And everything you do in those types of games, you're just building it towards absolutely nothing. So what's the point? Feels like a complete waste of time. MOBAs are another one that I just don't understand why they're so popular. The gameplay just looks and feels incredibly boring to the point where if I was given a choice between having a full day's worth of pay, spending 8 hours playing a MOBA game, or just work a regular shift at my job, I'd go to work. That's how much I hate these MOBA games. They're awful. And one more that I just don't understand and never have, as much as I've really tried to get into them, are hardcore milsim first-person shooters. Games like Hell Let Loose, Squad, Insurgency. Like, I understand the appeal of wanting an immersive and realistic military shooter experience, which those games definitely provide, but when you translate that into an actual gameplay experience, it is very slow, boring, and you're just sitting there waiting for something to happen. I mean, that's real warfare in a lot of ways, but doesn't play very well. And I get really frustrated when I actually want to move around and do something and actually play something. I get shot and instantly die. So, yeah, those are games that I, not only don't like, but I also don't understand how they have any appeal whatsoever. I mean, a lot of them are very niche, like milsim games are very niche. Extraction shooters, I think you could say, are also niche. And I guess simulator and survival games kind of are to a lesser extent, but at the end of the day, these are like 4 genres where I'm like, I don't understand how anybody likes them at all. I really don't.